just to mention a few, the CS Ministry of Information, Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. Margaret Nyambura Ndongo. We are also expecting the PS State Department for ICT and Digital Economy, Engineer John Tanui, karibu sana. We are also expecting PS Higher Education and Research, Dr. Beatrice Muganda Inyangala. Definitely the Member of Parliament, Honorable Bishop Titus Hamala, and very, very senior officials from the national government. Our most esteemed partners, we really appreciate your support. Thank you so much for seeing to it that this launch indeed comes to fruition. It's out of your support that today the chief guest, Dr. Musalia Mudavadi, will be launching for us Kakamega County digital hubs here at Kakamega County Polytechnic and a similar digital hub at Shianda County Polytechnic. This is a serious and key milestone. We don't take it for granted. Our esteemed partners, asanteni sana. Continue supporting us, and God will bless you. We thank you, the host institution, Kakamega County Polytechnic, led by our principal, Madam Caroline Hamete. Thank you so much for organizing this and making it look this good. Just to run us through, for those of us who have already arrived, the chief guest is already here with us. He's held up in a brief meeting with his host, the governor of Kakamega County, Honorable Fernandez Barasa. And beyond the briefings that he's receiving concerning this particular event, he's also receiving more debriefs to do with the launch that is also taking place here in Kakamega County, the launch on safe homes, safe spaces, led by Mheshimiwa Harriet Chigai. This will be taking place at Kakamega Buhungu Stadium. And so immediately after the chief guest launches and commissions the deliberations for the day here, he will be proceeding to Buhungu Stadium for the second event. However, immediately he comes here because we've agreed also the debriefs concerning this event are taking place at the governor's office. As he arrives here, straight on, he will proceed to the main room where we have the computers and the digital equipment for his official launch. Once done, we'll have some photo taking. We've already set the ground. And just for our information, for those who are here, you may be required at some point to be on the other side for the photo taking. The first photo will involve our chief guest, Prime Cabinet Secretary, our host governor, the CSS will have come, PSS, Deputy Governor, Member of Parliament, the principal of this institution, and Mheshimiwa Zila, the Honorable MCA, a very serious champion who coordinated to see to it that our partners arrive and find Kakamega the safest place to invest and support. The second picture or photo will involve the Prime Cabinet Secretary, the host governor, CS Information, PS ICT, PS Higher Education, the CEC member, Kakamega County, in charge of education, and his chief officer. That will be the second photo. The third photo will now include partners. Partners will just join in. The fourth photo will have the county security team led by the regional commissioner. They will join the Prime Cabinet Secretary and the governor alone. The rest will have already fallen out. The last photo will have the chief guest, host governor, and the political wing. The political wing. Those are the 5 photos that we'll have, and immediately the chief guest will be ushered. Republic of Kenya, the national anthem of the Republic of Kenya, followed by the East African anthem. We had made some arrangements for the Kakamega County anthem, and that is based on the preparations of the county band. For our visitors, Kakamega County, we have a county anthem, well done and taught right from the ECD. Our ECD children can sing the 3 anthems. After the anthems, we'll have prayer. Prayer, we had talked to our spiritual fathers, Apostle Ken Barasa and Sheikh Idris Mohammed, both who are already here, and members of the chaplaincy. Kakamega has a chaplaincy, courtesy of the Governor FCP Fernandez Barasa's administration. Once done, we'll now move into the program proper, and definitely my brother and senior will have joined me here to help guide as prepared and agreed upon. So it's a very brief program where we have also requested the speakers, for those who will have a chance to make a statement, to be very, very brief, to the point. Our chief guest to proceed to the other event.
Check.
Continue. Proceed. We still need some 2 numbers. Thank you. Very well, ladies and gentlemen, our chief guest is already here with us. He has arrived. His Excellency, Dr. Wycliffe Musalia Medavadi, and is well accompanied by the Governor, Kakamega County, FCPF Fernandez Barasa, and there, the flagging off for the opening of the plaque is done very well. Can we clap for our chief guest? Asante sana, asante sana. Is well ushered in so that now officially he can launch the digital hub, Kakamega County Polytechnic.
Haya, there goes the Prime Cabinet Secretary kwenda kukata utepe ya kufungua kata utepe. Makofi kwake basi.
Thank you. Yes, my name is Boniface Lubasi, and I'm a trainer for the Children and Youth program. So, under Agita and the Children program, we check our team regular digital platforms, so the online market platforms. We train them on transcription, we train them in writing and translation, we train them in data annotation, financial markets, and social media marketing, social media management. And in this hub which you are launching today, many other hubs that the government is trying to put in place to secure the future. We have a select number of students that we've been able to train and are here with us. I want them to showcase to us what we've been able to achieve in the last program. Madam Linda, who is here, with
Msonge. Msonge.
Is it going to be? Yes.
My name is Linda Sidori. I'm a student here at Kakamega County Polytechnic. And as a laboratory teacher of the Agita program, I've been able to work with different platforms, and the platform I'm showcasing right now is Upwork. As you can see here, my total earnings in the last, the 6 jobs I've done them for 2 hours, and my total earnings is $100, and that's approximately 15,000 shillings. To work with the microtasking. Those are just survey questions, answering survey questions, then you get paid. So far I've not earned much, but you can see here I'm still at $0.126. We must have been able to even $10 or $100 in 10 months, and other very platforms that I'm working. Thank you very much. Let me invite my other partner to say something.
To our friends, guests, Governor, and all the South, good morning. I'm Hilary Kochi. I'm a student here at the Kakamega County Polytechnic. I'm doing automotive engineering. Currently, I'm working on a platform known as Voice 123. And here we are doing the voice over jobs. And as you can see, I'm not going to forget it there. It's here in the screen. I do the proposals and other skills. Then I send them to my clients. Then I be given my money. Also, for now, is a proposal I did, and my money, my budget is $25, and the client has already reviewed it. And I think in the next 3 days, I'll be earning my $25.
Thank you so much. That's what you do. I'll take it out.
Thank you.
Wote tunduku. Wote tunduku. Wote tunduku. Please, thank you.
We are happy to have you here, and in this momentous occasion that we are going to launch this digital hub that is going to transform the lives of the youth. You have just seen, those are just two, but there are many who are benefiting through this program, and we are honored to have you to launch this hub. So therefore, in a count of 3, you are going to tap on the lamp, and then we will celebrate, all of us, for this
Thank you. The 4 beneficiaries that will take the photo kindly move closer. The 4 beneficiaries. PCS, Karibu. Yes, you will remain the others. We can proceed and sit in the hall. The 4 beneficiaries, please join. Yes. Students, as the others fall out, the students please come in. Partners be ready. Gonza, away. Spread well, spread well, spread well. Thank you. Okay, okay.
No, she's a lady. And
You need a good smile. Say Digital Hubs launch. Say Kakamega. Kakamega. Thank you so much. Partners, proceed. All the partners. Partners. All the partners. Are we okay? Say Kakamega. Kakamega.
it's the committee.
Thank you. Now last, the committee. The committee.
The committee that worked on this event, please. Adam, Mary, Maureen. The team, please. Huawei Ops team. Huawei Ops team.
Kuna sound.
I request that we all be upstanding as we welcome the chief guest. Let's all be upstanding. Our chief guest, His Excellency Dr. Wycliffe Mudavadi, welcome. As is the order of the event, I would request that we all remain upstanding for the anthems and then the prayers. Let's have the national anthem first. Thank you. I request we remain upstanding for the prayers. Sheikh Idris and Apostle Ken kindly come for the prayers.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Shukrani zote njema ni zako Mwenyezi Mungu, Mola wetu, mlezi wetu, Mungu wetu, Mola wa ulimwengu wote, mwingi wa rehema, mwenye kurehemu, mwenye kumiliki siku ya malipo. Ya Allah, ni wewe ambaye tunakuabudu, na ni wewe ambaye tunakuomba msaada, tuongoe katika njia iliyonyooka, njia ya wale wote uliowaneemesha, na tunazidi kukuomba Mwenyezi Mungu na kukushukuru kwa siku hii ya leo, kwa sababu ni siku muhimu kwa uzinduzi huu wa huduma ya kidijitali hasa kwa vijana wetu. Twakuomba ya Allah, utie baraka zako ndani yake, utupe fahamu ambayo uliwapa manabii wako ili iweze kusaidia vijana wetu na wananchi wote kwa jumla. Tuzidishie elimu ambayo ni ya manufaa, tupe fahamu ambayo itakuwa ni nzuri, ujalie baraka katika shughuli hii ya leo. Ya Allah, tunaiombea nchi yetu ya Kenya, tunamuombea rais wetu, tunamuombea mkuu wa mawaziri, tunamuombea gavana wetu na naibu wake na viongozi wote kwa jumla. Vile vile tunamuombea county commissioner wetu pamoja na naibu wake na wabunge wote wa county na viongozi wote kwa jumla. Tunakuomba shughuli hii iwe na baraka zako tangu mwanzo mpaka mwisho. Tumekuomba ikiwa wewe ndio Mungu wetu ambaye ni wa mwanzo usiyekuwa na chanzo na wa mwisho usiyekuwa na kikomo. Rehma na amani zimshukie Nabii Muhammad na wote waliotangulia kwa wema. Amin rabbi amin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Shall we pray? Our Heavenly Father, in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, we have humbled ourselves before the throne of grace today, thanking you in advance for the good healthy, for the vision, King of all glory, and the leadership that you have bestowed in place for such a time like this. We thank you, King of all glory, for the noble task, Lord, that I've taken today to launch this, the digital hub, King of all glory, in Kakamega. We thank you, Father, for the vision, for the mission, for provision, and above all, King of all glory, we pray the Lord, as we begin this hub in this institution, give our brothers and sisters the ability, the wisdom, the knowledge, Lord, even to maintain, so the Lord, we can achieve the purposes, Lord, that they were made for. We thank you, Father, for our Prime Cabinet Secretary, our Governor, and the leadership, King of all, in this county. Master, we pray, guide them, lead them, and fight their battle. You alone today, we give the glory. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you. We can have our seats. His Excellency Dr. Musalia Mudavadi, the Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs, Acting Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration, and also the Acting Cabinet Secretary, Gender, Culture, and Heritage. Dr. Margaret Nyambora Ndongo, the CS Ministry of Information, Communication, and the Digital Economy. His Excellency, the Governor of Kakamega, FCPA, Fernandez Baraza, the PS for State Department of ICT and Digital Economy, Engineer John Tanui, the PS State Department for Broadcasting and Telecommunications, PS State Department for Broadcasting and Telecommunications, and also the PS for Higher Education and Research, Dr. Beatrice Inyangala. The CEOs present, the elected leaders who are present, the partners who are present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, mabibi na mabwana, good morning. Good morning once again. Allow me to welcome you to this event and request that without much ado, we welcome the principal of Kakamega County Polytechnic to give her welcoming remarks. Madam Caroline.
Our chief guest today, our host, the sitting governor, all invited guests from both national and county governments, all the partners, close to 10, present today, and the larger stakeholders, good morning. My name is Caroline Hamete Ambale. I am the principal Kakamega County Polytechnic. We want to say, as a family, as a community, we are so impressed by the gesture the Lord God himself designed through the leadership of the national government and county government to bring a team close to 10 partners to choose our vocational training centers to be among the beneficiaries of digital transformation that has really transformed the lives of many, both the youth and women. Today, I can tell you the image that was there before the transformation and today, if put together, it's a total history. I'm not taking it for granted as the principal and a beneficiary to say it is an international event that God wanted it to be the way it is. Please feel most welcome and you are safe in our hands. Thank you. May I please welcome the CEC, Dr. Boniface Okoth, who has been tirelessly working with me and others to see the day a success. Please welcome.
Thank you. Our chief guest, our governor, all the partners present. Amjambo. Mimi naitwa Okoth, mimi ni waziri wa elimu, sayansi na teknolojia. I only have one remark to make. I want to thank all of us here for this occasion and make a request to our partners. Thank you so much for giving us 2 hubs in Kakamega. That is one in Lurambi, another one in Mumias East. We have 12 sub-counties in Kakamega. We are requesting our partners kindly, because they are all our youth. If you can also give the remaining 10, we shall be very happy. And finally, abandu ba Kakamega mlio, tusalamie wageni kwa mkono juu. Salamieni wageni. Asanteni sana, karibuni.
Thank you, Dr. Koth. Sir, with your permission, allow me to invite our Chief Manager at Konza Technopolis, Madam Josephine Dambuki, to give us the ice breaking as she sets the tone. Welcome, Josephine.
Your Excellency, sir, our Prime Cabinet Secretary, Your Excellency, sir, our Prime Cabinet Secretary, Dr. Musalia Mudavadi, Dr. Margaret Nyambura, the Cabinet Secretary for the Ministry of Information Communication and the Digital Economy, our PSs, PS Professor Kisiangani and PS Engineer John Tanui, all protocol observed. Good morning. My task is to set the tone for this convening this morning, and I will be very brief. I will start by saying that the world of work is changing, and this is evident because globally we are going through what we call the fourth industrial revolution that is characterized by, among others, a changing world of work. Now, these changes in the world of work transition and have been seen mostly from the days of COVID, where we are seeing an increasing transition to remote or hybrid working models, an increasing push for diversity and inclusion, which means women are taking central roles in the workplace, digital skilling and upskilling requirements to enable us fit. We're also seeing an increase in the gig and freelance working models, remote work, and automation. So as we look at these changing dynamics, we then realize the imperative that according to the World Economic Forum, up to 50% of the world population will need to reskill to stay relevant to the changing world of work. Similarly, in Africa, within the same period, up to 2030, 230 million digital jobs will be created. And the question is, how do we position our country to be ready for this changing world of work? And people might ask, where are these jobs? They are all over, from retail, where we are now shopping online, to banking, where we are doing digital banking. And moving on, we are also able to see that as we move to the next level of opportunities, including the media, we see a complete shift in the dynamic that require us either to reskill, to upskill, or really to adopt new and modern working tools to enable us to be competitive. And so as Kenya, we recognize we are a youthful population, and we want to ensure that we can play a central role in the world of work, positioning Kenya to be competitive in what we call the global workforce. And so it is in this backdrop then that the government of Kenya, through the leadership of His Excellency, the President William Ruto, has taken the front lead and challenge to ensure the country is first prepared through relevant infrastructure and also skills to position all Kenyans to this new shift that is coming. And so today we are going to experience a lot of conversations that will speak to what can we all do, whether it's the private sector, the public sector, the development partners, coming together to create an ecosystem that then allows Kenya to play its rightful role in this changing shift that we are experiencing. And so I hope that as we engage with the different leaders, we are going to be able to appreciate and most importantly, assess ourselves. What does that mean for me as an individual? Am I among the 50% that needs to reskill, or am I the one that is reskilled already and ready for this changing world of work? And so, following on, through the ministry, we have digital hubs, quite a number of them. You can look at how many we have in Kakamega County, and it is our promise that for those who want to start their journey, that is the right place to go. The Ditume hubs provide a space for learning and skilling to ensure you're ready to take a part in these changing dynamics. So thank you very much for that. And as we move on to the next step, I want to invite a panel of key stakeholders and key players to carry on this conversation forward as we discuss how this country is going to position for the future of work. Allow me to step aside. We will move the podium, and at the same time, I will invite the panelists to join in stage for a quick fire conversation on how the country is preparing to take advantage of the digital opportunity right before us. Thank you. Thank you. So I will invite The first panelist, Engineer John Tanui, who is the Principal Secretary, the State Department of ICT and Digital Economy in the Ministry of ICT and Digital Economy. Karibu sana. Please cheer them up as they come. Kindly take your seat. Thank you. The second panelist is Professor Edward Kisiangani, CBS, the Principal Secretary, Broadcasting and Telecommunication. Let's give him a good round of applause. Thank you. The third panelist is Dr. Beatrice Inyangala, the Principal Secretary, Higher Education and Research. Welcome, Madam PS. The fourth panelist is Honorable Eddie Obwaka, the Chair of ICT Committee in the Kakamega County Assembly. Welcome. We then have my CEO, John Paul Okwiri, the CEO of Konza Technopolis. Welcome, CEO. And then I'm joined by Adam Lane, the Director of Public Affairs, Huawei Kenya. Adam, welcome. The list, we have Humphrey Muchama, the CEO of Inua AI. Karibu sana, Humphrey. And so this, I hope we have mics with ourselves. Yes, thank you. Actually, the person with the mic is such as Konza Technopolis in supporting the country's transition towards a digital economy.
Thank you very much, Josephine, for that question. Your Excellency, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, we are privileged and glad to be here today. And as Konza Technopolis, we are a science park, and we are the African Silicon Savannah. As a science park, our role is the coordinating role of bringing all the partners together, the government, industry, and academia, in as far as ensuring that we provide an enabling environment for innovation. At Konza Technopolis, we've been able to create the necessary infrastructure in as far as having a national data center in place, having the necessary infrastructure in as far as providing the industry and the partners with an enabling environment that links all of them together and making sure that we are able to create that space where innovators, young people are able to find the home for their innovation. We, as Konza Technopolis, we've been able to establish the Jitume Digital Enablement Program, which is a program that is dealing with providing the youth with the infrastructure, such as the devices, also providing training opportunities for skilling and upskilling, and also linking them up with the digital jobs. As the opening icebreaker indicated that we as a country or as Africans, since COVID, we've been able to move our requirements into a knowledge-based environment and also being able to work remotely. So as Konza Technopolis, through the Jitume Digital Enablement Program, we've been able to provide the enabling environment for our young people to skill, upskill, and link them with digital job opportunities.
Thank you. I will then transition this to our PS, Engineer John Tanui. And at the Ministry of Information, Communication and Digital Economy, the role is on policy. And I also appreciate that you've seen economies such as Singapore that have transitioned, and India from BPO to ITES. What will that take for Kenya? And what is the ministry doing to prepare the country for this transition?
Thank you very much. As the earlier presentation indicated, the emergence and the rise of the digital space or digital economy is a great opportunity for emerging countries like Kenya. And it is important that we align our policies and our programs to be able to tap the most out of this. One is we have clarity in terms of our thematic areas of digital superhighway and creative economy, on how do we make sure no one is left behind in the country. And that's why we are talking about the 100,000 kilometers of additional fiber that we need to connect as a country. And so far we have done now about 14,000 kilometers of that 100,000. So we are on track. We are also ensuring that this connectivity is not just by pulling the cable. We must connect institutions. We are aiming to connect 74,000 public institutions. That means to our secondary schools, primary schools, county commissioners' offices, all the way to the chief's offices and hospitals. Additionally, we are going to enable the private sector to now connect our businesses and homes. At the moment, we have about 1.2 million homes and businesses connected with fiber. We want to see this grow to almost 8.5 million, unlocking opportunities and in the digital space to our people. Digital hubs is also that area which Konsa has mentioned. We want to ensure there is a digital hub in every ward. And we thank our members of parliament. Amendment of the CDF Act has been done to enable us access funding of CDF to support the digital hub. So it's a reality and something we are working on. And also on addressing connectivity, we realize one other challenge is the smartphones, that people could be in a place where there is already 4G network, but they are not able to access. Our ministry worked with the Treasury to address issues of policies and incentives so that this country can start manufacturing smartphones in our country. And we are very proud that within 1.5 years from those conversations, Kenya has produced 2.6 million phones locally, creating a new industry which was not there before, which is a rise of electronics industry. And what you are referring like Singapore, Malaysia, if you check what really makes them different from us, is not export of farm products, raw materials, but exports of electronics industry. And we are very proud. The leadership of our country has put us in the right trajectory to start something new which was not there, the rise of electronics industry. So we are going to look at all policies to unlock digital jobs, online jobs, remote jobs, and also to see that manufacture of electronics from devices, we will go to the next electronics that makes our communication work, all the route, and we think Kenya is on the right track to unlock all those possibilities. Lastly, one of the important things is also the investment climate. We want to make Kenya the destination for investment by technology companies. We are very proud to have companies like Huawei and many others who have their headquarters in Kenya, creating employment for our young people, exposing them to the global digital space, and also attracting digital investment. We've seen Amazon Web Services put their development center in Kenya. We've seen Microsoft expand their development software center in Kenya. They even closed one in another country and expanded the one in Kenya. So those are the kind of investment we want to see. We also have geothermal power in Kenya, clean energy that everyone looks up to. We are seeing with the growth of digital economy, there is something called data centers, which will be consuming up to 15% of the world energy. And we are very proud, Your Excellency, you are in Naivasha to launch the Green Data Center. That's one of the investment we want to attract to our country so that this ecosystem can create quality jobs for our young people. So those are the policies we are looking at. Thank you.
Thank you, PS Engineer Tanui. And following closely on that, Madam PS Beatrice, what is the imperative for skilling? We've just seen that up to 50% of the global workforce needs to reskill. How is the country adapting its education system to create competitive workers that can take up any opportunities globally?
Thank you very much for that question. Skilling is very important because this is what helps us to convert the knowledge that we have into jobs. And through university education, we optimize what has been consolidated right from primary, secondary, and even the colleges. So we have some basic knowledge, but any curriculum, the content that we learn, cannot be transformed effectively into skills if we don't stress on pedagogy. And pedagogy is the science and art of teaching and learning. I'll just use an example to make this clear. Because in this modern economy, what we need are 4 skills that cut across: ability to communicate, to think critically, to be creative, and to collaborate, because there's just so much you can do as an individual. So from everything that we learn, even if it is ICT, computer technology, everything, you must think, what opportunities are being created for you to develop those 4 generic skills that cut across all the subjects? If you are learning something like strategic leadership, a teacher can come to class and give you notes on strategic leadership and give you a card. What is strategic leadership? Give 3 attributes. You'll give the 3 attributes. And 3 months later, if you are asked, what are the 3 attributes of strategic leadership? You might have forgotten. So how does this relate to building skills? The way that you are taught. If a lecturer or a teacher can ask you to read some text on strategic leadership and then to talk about it, so that means you understand what you have read and you can then communicate freely about it. So that means you'll be creative and use good communication skills so that everybody understands. It gets even better if you are asked to develop a small video communicating to the audience about strategic leadership. So that student will be forced to read, to understand, and to communicate. And to create the video, you also look at the skills that they have built. Is the video flat? Is it interesting? How is the background? What else was brought into the video? So when you look at those 2 different ways of teaching and learning, you are involved in some activity that forces you to think critically, to create work with other people. So the world today involves opportunities that help us to combine critical thinking, creativity, collaboration to communicate content. Later, we shall learn how to design different programs. But as you grow in this field of ICT, think about specialization. If it's agriculture, how do you use the different tools you have learned here to modernize agriculture through, for example, precision agriculture? If it is medicine, how do you use the ICT tools you have learned here to use robotics in medicine? So this field is very wide. This is a foundation, but we have many opportunities to build on what you learn here in different fields. And together, we shall march into the 4th Industrial Revolution. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam PS. Next, I want to pick up on your conversation about content and media to just invite our PS to a changing face of media. And the opportunities that this creates. And as a country, how can we position ourselves and use this unique resource?
Your Excellency, I want to associate myself with what my colleague PSs have spoken, is to understand that this digitization agenda that we are talking about is not something that somebody thought about and just woke up and said, let's go and do this in Kakamega or another place. Climate change and environment. Now, the lubricant for all these 6 pillars is the information superhighway. It lubricates everybody. There are opportunities that are with the digital connectivity. You are able to connect with people who don't live in your neighborhood to get services. If you go to the healthcare, we are talking about telemedicine, as you have seen, the lubricant is also there, the opportunities within the healthcare, how people want to talk about diseases, the exchange information, it is also there, and access to services. When you talk about agriculture and food security, it is the same. We have done an experiment already with regard to fertilizer, subsidized fertilizer. Is it possible for you as a farmer to sit in your home, use the digital gadgets around you and order for farm inputs? Is it also possible for you to get markets for your food crops without traveling? This is captured within the agriculture sector. There are quite a lot of opportunities. And even when you go back to the housing agenda, it is the same. There are opportunities within that. Those who are selling bricks and other things, you're not going to road from Kisumu to Ebuye. You stand there and look for a newspaper vendor to look for information. When we were growing up, a newspaper would come to us at midday the following day. But today a story is written, people comment on it the same second. So when you see it the following day, it is still news. What we have been asking the media to do is also to migrate and get jobs through content creation on the digital platforms where information flows very fast, and it's faster than the planes you see around and the vehicles you see around. Create those opportunities to engage our people. Content creation is one of them, and there are many other products with that kind of thing. Newspapers can put themselves in, media can put themselves, cut out a niche in agriculture sector, have experts who exchange information, do research online to support the farming communities all over, including those in the health sector. I would go on and on, but because I don't have time, and my job is to say what the president expects me to do, I am communicating this so that we do not misinterpret the agenda of government and think this government is not doing everything that we want. Everything that this government is doing is what you voted it to do, and it is doing it. Kenya is in the right hands. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, PS Kisiangani. Thank you very much. And so for the rest of my speakers, we'll request you now 2 minutes so that we can also give our audience a moment to comment. I will start with Adam Lane, that is Government Affairs Lead, Kenya Huawei, and strongly coming in from the private sector. The question is, how can technology companies help the country expedite its journey towards digital transformation with all the skills, all the expertise that a company such as Huawei brings?
Thank you, Josephine. I just want to mention the 3 things I think that are important. One is around infrastructure, the second is around skills, and the third is around cloud-based applications and making use of infrastructure and use of those skills. The origins of this project that we're launching today was a lot of fiber in Kakamega that's already there. A lot of buildings like these Tibet already here. So how do we actually leverage and make better use of existing resources, both fiber and buildings and of course people? There's an ICT teacher here. What they didn't have was high-speed internet. And they didn't have a lot of computers. So our partner Zero Konza came in and provided some of the computers, for example. Huawei came in with what our value is in terms of the active internet equipment, the switches, the routers, the access points and so on, and the smart screens. And I know the smart screens, the PCS saw them I think earlier, the chief guest, they were projecting from the computers, they were editing, playing videos. Actually, they've been very transformative. I think they're underrated, I know. Even in places where the internet has gone off, the smart screens still work, and people have really found them hugely valuable. So that infrastructure, taking advantage of what already exists is the first thing. The second thing, of course, is around skills. We, of course, have a huge amount of skill set in Huawei we want to share with other people. So we have a wide range of training programs. We work closely with the Ministry of Education and many universities and TVETs across the country. And we work closely with the Ministry of ICT as well on many programs, Seeds for the Future, ICT Academy, and others too. And the third point is around the applications. Having infrastructure and skills isn't useful unless you can use it for something. So having the cloud functions, whether it's Huawei Cloud or Konza Cloud, and having useful applications there to use infrastructure to really transform, I think as fellow PS mentioned around agriculture and other areas, that's where the life-changing impact happens. I want to give one very brief example before I finish, where we bring these 3 together. So we've been also connecting schools in Kenya. Over 21 schools, we'll also be launching them in January. They also were right next to the fiber. We selected special needs schools. And there we trained the university students to make special software and applications that can be used in those schools. So once you've connected those schools, you're also then developing the applications and content to be used by the teachers and the learners in those schools as well. So we're combining the training of the university students, the infrastructure, and the application content, together with Konza as well, in a way that really brings value and helps solve a pressing need for social and special needs education. So I think that's just my brief I wanted to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Adam. And following closely to that is Humphrey Muchuma of Inua AI. Emerging technology is seen as a disruptor, sometimes almost take away of the jobs, but also it's creating a huge opportunity for jobs. How can we leverage emerging tech to create opportunities and jobs? And what is the future? And how do we play in 2 minutes?
In 2 minutes? Give me 3, please. I think it's important. I'll start with the, we will have, AI is going to take up a lot of jobs in every sector, in every industry vertical. Even in doctors, they will not lose their jobs, but there are certain kind of jobs they'll be doing. Even teachers, we actually have a team in the US that we work with that actually have avatars of teachers that actually use voices of teachers to teach. So the teacher can actually program that avatar to teach, and he or she will take off, sometime off from teaching. So it's going to take some jobs, but at the same time, it's going to create multiple jobs in the industry. But it's also important for our young people to take note of this. I'm going to rush through it really quickly. So let me look at the skills that our young people really need to upskill on. We'll look at the technical skills. I decided just to put them down. So we all have like the basic digital literacy, which is happening right there. But most importantly for us is to understand that the future is moving towards data analytics. So key skills in Excel, SQL, Python, those programming languages, web development, software development, cloud computing, AI and machine learning. When I'm talking about AI and machine learning, I'm talking about knowledge of AI concepts, data modeling, and tools like PyTorch. Those for the technology people will understand that. So, and then for another area that is really growing and is big is in the digital marketing space. So something as simple as search engine optimization. I'm saying this because majority of us are students, so for them just to take note. And then there's social media management. I didn't realize it, it has great potential about it as well. And then the analytics. And then in cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is big. Data security, knowledge of protecting sensitive data, of course, and then threat analysis. An area that has been neglected is the side of compliance. You're not just there looking at the machines, the computers to check on the threats, but you're also enabling organizations comply. And then there's the creative skills in graphic design, video production, and then the soft skills that our sister, Madam P.S. Nyangala has talked about, collaboration, communication, which is key, critical thinking, adaptability, and then specialized skills in niche areas like e-commerce, which you've touched on, and then blockchain technology. Data annotation will adopt, I think, close to around 20 students. Yes. We'll give them full-time jobs to do data annotation from maybe around February through our organization.
Clap for that. We have 20 jobs. Thank you.
Yeah, so, and I think what we need to encourage most will be continuous learning. Continuous learning is important. AI is not coming to take up our job, but it will create multiple jobs. Yes. And the multiple jobs I'm talking about is what I've just read about. So we need to upskill in those areas.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And bringing it home, Honorable Eddie, I want to ask a question. This can only be done in the context of counties. And today we are in Kakamega County. The question is, how is the county leveraging its leadership position to provide direction that enables that change to happen at the grassroots level?
Thank you very much, Madam Dambuki. First of all, before I answer your question, I want to note that Kakamega County has a population of 70% youth, that is 35 years and below. And as counties, we are leveraging on that by passing policies and legislation that support the digital economy. Also, as Kakamega County specifically, we have come up with digital skills development bill that will ensure continuous institutionalization of training and the maintenance of these hubs. So as a counties, we are coming up with policies like in Kakamega County, we have come up with policies that requires us to have data centers in each and every municipality. And for now, through the leadership of the governor, His Excellency Fernandez Baraza, we are coming up with a data center in Mumias and another one in Malava. Also, as counties, we are also coming up with enough budgetary allocation continuous to sustain these digital hubs and data centers that we are coming up with. So it is through legislations that also attract partners from fund-wide through PPP bill that we've just passed recently to invite them to come help us develop these hubs and maintain them.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's give them a good round of applause. Thank you. I want to transition this to a question and answer session, but only two. So the first two persons with burning questions, I can see one. One more? Two, yes. So please be upstanding. We have our team will help with roving mics. Please make your question 1 minute each. We have a team from Konza, from the ministry, that will be able to stand up so that in case you have any other questions, you can see one of our colleagues for that engagement. Let's start with the gentleman right at the front. Introduce yourself and ask your question.
Okay, my name is Gildon Opatishioso. I'm the MCA representing the people of Busoto South. We know that digital hubs have the potential to catalyze economic transformation through skills development, innovation, and job creation. However, I have a concern. I wanted to know, how does the county government, in collaboration with the stakeholders, plan to equip youth not only with the technical skills, but also with financial literacy and entrepreneurial competencies to turn digital opportunities into tangible economic growth? And then number two, with the increasing global demand for locally relevant and diverse digital content, what specific strategies are being implemented through these digital hubs to empower content creators in Kakamega County to monetize their work, access global platforms, and protect their intellectual property while ensuring their contributions significantly impact the local economy? Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, officials, government officials. My name is Rosemary Segero. I'm a president of a company called Africa SIG Economic Development and an organization called Hope for Tomorrow. Focus on innovation and research, looking at vulnerable communities. I'm so excited and happy. I lived overseas for many years, and to say the truth, Kenya is one of the most innovative countries in the world compared to the really developed countries. So thank you very much. My question is, while we are trying to talk here, we can talk as much as we talk. What about the infrastructure of power and electricity? As much as we talk when it comes to classes and actual IT itself, we need sustainable electricity power to run all you are talking about. So how can we partner with you? Because I focus more in the rural areas more than urban areas. And the most important thing is collaboration, private sector, NGOs, and the government. This is where the collaboration and partnership, how can we partner to make what you are saying work really? Because when you come from here, you'll go to Nairobi, you leave us in the rural area, nothing is happening. So we want that collaboration to follow with you what you are saying, that it happens. Thank you so much for this event.
Thank you very much. So allow me to ask that we take a response to the questions. I'll request my CEO, John Paul Okwiri, to respond to the question about capacity building, moving between tech skills, financial literacy skills, and also strategies to support content creators within the context of how we've structured the program under Jitume to support literacy for the youth. Please.
Thank you. Thank you for the question. Konza Technopolis, we are at the forefront of this digital transformation. And in this, we have worked through our Ministry of ICT and Digital Economy to create the program of Jitume Digital Enablement Program. This program, as I had mentioned earlier, focuses on providing the right infrastructure in as far as ensuring that our institutions and our hubs are connected to the Wi-Fi, to the internet, and also we are able to provide the young people with the computer devices, and in that we are also able to provide training opportunities, skilling and upskilling, as had been mentioned by my colleague. And also we are also linking them up with the digital jobs. And this, we are working with partners. We have partners like Huawei who are also supporting in ensuring that the right skills are imparted to these young people in as far as the changing technological environment. Also, we have other partners like Inua AI. My colleague Humphrey has mentioned how he's been able to create job opportunities for more than 200 young people. And still, we are working together to ensure that we open more digital hubs. We have partners like Microsoft, who is currently training, having a target of training 1 million young people on digital skills in as far as emerging technology is concerned. So this is a program that is here to stay, and we intend to create more than 1 million jobs in the next 3 to 5 years through this program. And it is a program that is sustainable because these young people are able to learn and work in a practical environment. And we believe that with such kind of programs going on, our young people are going to get job opportunities. And also finally, on the content creation, our digital hubs are designed in a way that we are able to provide them with an environment for content creation, for video, animation, filmmaking, and so on and so forth. So this is a program that is self-sustaining, and we intend to work more with partners to ensure that the young people are benefiting from this program.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that. And the last question, I'll request our PS, Engineer John Tanui, to kindly support. And this is a question on how do we ensure infrastructure such as power, electricity, to enable the sustained success of these programs in the counties.
Thank you, and I want to comment 2 questions. First, as PS Kisiangani said, we are not working in isolation. We are working as one government. And you can see here today, we are with our CS and also Prime Cabinet Secretary. We are working as a whole government. So in terms of equipping the youth with financials, we have also State Department for MSME. We've always worked with them. They would have been here today, PS Susan Mageni, but today there is a launch of Asla Fund, so she's not able to be here. So we work to address the financial skills. So in the training, there is also financial skills training. There is also content monetization. As government, we have engaged all the major digital platforms, including Facebook. We are very happy that within the last few months, they've been able to enable monetization in Kenya, and many youth are already demonstrating earnings on those platforms, but also requires better use of those platforms, that it's a place to work and to earn money and to network. In terms of power, similarly, we are working very closely with Kenya Power. We are working with KETRACO, where our governor was working. We are working with all the players there to ensure that power sustainability in the country is enhanced, we are also writing on the infrastructure to fast track fiber connectivity. We will be pulling our fiber on top of Kenya Power. Kenya Power will also use our fiber to create what we call smart grid, so that they can be able to know anything that's happening on their line on real time, which will improve power efficiency. And in terms of further connectivity, I think Kenya has done so much within the last 10 years in terms of improving the power penetration. But this will continue, and we'll work together with other colleagues, even PS Inga, who is handling markets and urban development. We are working to ensure that also power is addressed, because we also have a challenge on public Wi-Fi's, that some places have challenge on power. So we work collaboratively. Thank you.
Thank you very much to the panelists. I want to invite you to be upstanding. We've come to the end of this discussion. Kindly encourage them with a word of applause. I think they've done a good job. And as they exit, kindly take your seats. I want to invite first photo. Yes.
It's a story of partnership, and so it is here for us to see. Kenya is on a journey set by its digital master plan. Plus, please allow me to congratulate the government of Kenya, the Minister of Information, Communications and the Digital Economy, and their agencies, the ICT Authority, Kwanza Technopolis, and the Communications Authority of Kenya for the vision expressed today. Please allow me to congratulate Huawei Technologies for their initial commitment to support the Connected to Recover research competition during the pandemic. Huawei then made a subsequent commitment to implement the findings from the research as part of their pledge under ITU's Partner to Connect Digital Coalition in collaboration with Strathmore University. Kakamega County has been an essential local partner, and we thank them. Connecting Malava Sub-County and Kakamega Provincial General Hospitals and the two technical and vocational educational training centers in Kakamega County and St. Paul's, Shianta contributes to Kenya's connectivity agenda. Thanks to this, some 1,250 students and more than 3,000 local citizens will now enjoy internet access, enhancing their education and access to job opportunities, and the two hospitals can implement telemedicine and enhance healthcare using the digital platforms. We move now to project evaluation, which is an integral component of this project. I applaud this initiative and the partnership story it represents to create an inclusive digital future in Kenya and indeed for the world. With this, I thank you.
Thank you. That was the remarks from the ITU Director, Mr. Cosmas Zavazava. Right now, allow me, sir, to invite the Chief of Staff to move to the next stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Affairs and Acting CS for Internal Security, Your Excellency, Governor, Deputy Governor, Excellencies, members of the County Assembly, ladies and gentlemen. We have about 20 minutes to come to the conclusion of this particular session so that the Prime Cabinet Secretary and the Governor can move to Buhongo Stadium. Allow me very briefly to recognize the presence of MCAs who have come in their large numbers, and in a minute ask the Leader of Majority, the Honorable Maina, to just recognize your colleagues and make a 1-minute remark.
Excellency Prime Cabinet Secretary, Excellency Governor Kakamega County, all other guests, good afternoon. Okay, my name is CPA Philip Maina, a Leader of Majority, Kakamega County Assembly. I have a very brief task to do here, to recognize members of County Assembly in the midst. Honorable members, wherever you are, kindly be upstanding. Our chief guest, on your right, you have about 20, on your left, another 10 or so. So we are quorum in this sitting. Thank you, and just minority, Honorable David Takwa is also among us. Mine just to tell us that we will support, has been said.
Your Excellency, Honorable Dr. Musalia Mudavadi, Prime Cabinet Secretary, Dr. Margaret Nyambura Ndungu, Sales Ministry for ICT and Digital Economy. Your Excellency, Fernandes Baraza, Governor of Kakamega County, PS here today, PS ICT and Digital Economy, PS Broadcasting and Telecommunication, PS Higher Education Research, honorable members of the Parliament, PCAs, and regional and county commissioner, and all other guests. Good afternoon. I want to begin by thanking our host of having us here today, the governor and his team from the Kakamega County, and the cabinet secretary for the ICT, the digital economy, and the hair team, and the principals from the Polytechnics, whom we have worked with closely for the last 1 year to set up these digital hubs. For over 20 years, Huawei have been working in Kenya, hoping the government achieving its digital transformation and hoping Kenyans access and use the latest technology to improve the lives. Over half of our staff globally working in the research and development is reaching 100,000 staff. So we can develop the best ICT solution. In line with the government digital superhighway agenda, we have supported these digital hubs to connect them to fiber, to provide the wider coverage and high capacity Wi-Fi, and to provide smart borders. We have a similar program collecting schools around the country, including this the Vihiga, whose principals are here all today. We also supported Malava and Kakamega hospitals. Today, we have seen the evidence. This is the transforming the education, creating opportunities, enabling the youth to participate in the digital economy and increasing the incomes. Along with providing the advanced ICT solutions, Huawei is building advanced ICT skills through the ICT economy program, which politics are part in. We also have the basic digital skills programs, such as through the digital track that is recently trained the 350 people in remote areas of the Marsabit together with the communications authority. These two hubs are not only benefiting the 1,037 people and the staffs, but also thousands of the other community members. When we do the projects like this with our partner, as well as the building the mobile and fiber network all around the world, I am proud Huawei is bringing the meaningful people into the digital economy. The digital hubs that we are launching today from the part of the plaque that the Huawei made in 2022, the ICT partner to collect a digital alliance. Back then, we promised that we would collect 120 million people, extra people across the globe by December 2025. Today, I am very proud to share with you that Huawei odds already exceed this target 1 year earlier. By end of October 2024, Huawei ICT solution have brought connectivity to 121 million people in the rural area of nearly 80 countries. Furthermore, 34 of these countries are on the United Nations list of the world 46 is the development country. It is critical that all of us continue to work together to make sure no one is left behind in the digital economy. And I look forward to further collaboration with our partner from government and the private sector in the future, and make more contribution to the Kenya. So I believe in the future, this two digital hub is just the start. We will bring each county, and each sub-county all have the digital hub. Salibasala. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Deputy CEO. Allow me to convey the apologies of the Honorable Titus Hamala, our area MP, who is out of the country on official duty. And in his position, allow me to invite the county commissioner, who will invite the regional commissioner. I've been told the regional commissioner will come and make his remarks.
Thank you very much, MC, for this opportunity. Our chief guest, the PCS, Cabinet Secretary, Principal Secretary, His Excellency the Governor, the Deputy Governor, Principal Secretaries, all invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Yes, my name is Irungu Macharia, and I'll take a very short time here. I'm the Regional Commissioner. First, I'll start by introducing my teams, so that we deny an opportunity to the County Commissioner and his team. Please stand up. County Commissioner and his security team. Thank you. Then we have, you may sit. Then we have the regional security team. We have the regional police commander, and others are amongst us. Okay. Heads of department from the region and the county, please, you may stand up. Okay. Yes, thank you for representing the rest. So I said my name is Irungu Macharia, and I will have very brief remarks to make. And the first one that I want to make is to say that us, as the people in security, we want to assure you of a very conducive environment for what you are doing for this hub and the region in particular. Because without that very secure environment for what you do, you may not succeed. So we want to assure you of your security, wherever you will be. Particularly in this festive season, as the chairman of the Regional Security Committee, I want to assure you that we want to assure you of a very safe and secure environment for your festivities and doing what you are doing socio-economically, culturally, and whatever you'll be doing within the region. Secondly, we want to say now that we are going digital, and we are the men on the ground, the national government administrative officers, and we have digitized majority, if not all, the government services that we are providing in this country. We want to say that we are committed to getting the message to the people, the Wajikos at the grassroots level, who must know that the services are already online. The majority of the government services are online. We also want to assure you that we will reach the youth wherever they are, so that they take the opportunity in the digital economy and make sure they make very good use of these hubs and those others that will be done. So that is the assurance we want to make. I say that we are here and we are ready to work with you to make digitization of the services and the digital economy work. Thank you.
Thank you, Regional Commissioner. Now allow me, Your Excellency, to invite PS Engineer John Tanui, who will recognize and ask colleague PSS to make a remark and then make a 2-minute remark.
Your Excellency, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, our Cabinet Secretary, Dr. Margaret Ndungu, my colleagues, PSS, Your Excellency, the Governor, Deputy Governor, Regional Commissioner, colleagues, good afternoon. Your Excellency, we are very excited to be here today in Kakamega, courtesy of the digital agenda. We have established about 274 digital hubs across the country. This is one of them. And when we had conversations, our this is, I think, almost the 6th town hall we are having across the country, and we'll continue to engage our youth, our stakeholders in across the country and discuss opportunities. Now it's my pleasure just to big PSS. We have here PS for II.
All of you to Kakamega County, famous known as the Green Jewel 037. Today is a very important day for Kakamega County, as you are witnessing a major undertaking that will revolutionize the way our young people learn and work, courtesy of the collaboration with the national government, the county government, and our development partners. My administration prioritizes the development of infrastructure that will facilitate wealth creation by our people. This is why we are expanding the learning infrastructure in all our 68 county polytechnics. Given the role of ICT in the modern world of work and business, we offer compulsory ICT-related units in all our 68 county polytechnics. We have designated 12 of our county polytechnics as centers of excellence in ICT, even though they have not been equipped to the expected. And our request to our partners is, as we launch County Polytechnic and Shianda, partners to increase the number of computers, because as you can see, the population here has grown almost 3 times. And I know after the launch of the digital hub today, the enrollment will even triple. That is why we just need to do early preparation so that we can increase the number of computers to facilitate the digital economy classes to progress. Your Excellency, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, in April this year, I made a request to the Ministry of Education for support in equipping our 12 ICT labs and in every sub-county with computers and internet connectivity. We are yet to receive a positive response on this matter. I seek your support in these areas so that we can give our youth a conducive environment of work and accessing cutting-edge knowledge. Ladies and gentlemen, information communication technology permeates every sphere of life, and I want to appreciate PS Kisiangani for highlighting the fact that we need digital information superhighway in every sphere of life, in medical, climate change, ICT, education, etc. In fact, ICT is managing to bridge the gap in the knowledge sharing and general participation in social, political, and economic affairs faster than we ever imagined. It is the modern super equalizer, given it is characterized by inclusion regardless of age, race, ethnicity, gender, or even geography. My vision is to see all our students in our county polytechnics graduate with the necessary capacity to take advantage of our digitized work and business landscape. Ladies and gentlemen, the digital hubs being launched today will give our students the rare opportunity of learning about global professional practices in other areas of training. A digital hub is in itself a virtual school that will enable our trainees to interact with other players elsewhere in the world. And to our students, there's no limit to what you can learn if you are operating within these digital hubs. Every new experience will open up more possibilities for you as long as you're curious. The possibilities at your disposal now include enrollment for online complementary courses and doing digital jobs. These heavy investments are a challenge to you to explore global opportunities by marketing your competencies. As I conclude, I wish to express our heartfelt gratitude to all our partners for making this occasion a reality. My administration commits to ensure that the resources installed in these digital hubs benefit our students and all the surrounding opportunities and communities optimally. Before I invite the CS for ICT, allow me to comment on one topical issue, because as a politician, lazima niongee siasa kidogo. We are aware that the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, and our party leader, Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, have a lot of goodwill to reconstitute the IEBC in order to facilitate by-elections which are pending and also to prepare for the next general elections for 2027. However, we have some litigants who are frustrating that process. Omenda Kotini. We know very well that Azimio and Kenya Kwanza agreed on the reconstitution of the IEBC commissioners, except one dissenting voice from the Wiper, and thereafter supporting or promoting litigants to go and frustrate the process of reconstituting the IEBC. I want to challenge all the leaders to support the issue of reconstitution of the IEBC. We need to move on because we cannot afford to have a lacuna in the IEBC reconstitution. So my appeal is to all the leaders of goodwill to focus on supporting the President of the Republic of Kenya and our party leader Raila Amolo Odinga as they forge forward to ensure that we have an IEBC that is operational to facilitate the by-elections. Others, I want to thank you. Nawashukuru sana. Nawakaribisheni Kakamega. This is a very hospitable county. And for those who are visiting for the first time, we have the only existing tropical rainforest here. That is the Kakamega forest. I invite you after the launch of today, take some time to visit our tropical rainforest so that you can see, I'm sure my brother will be happy to meet a few snakes. We have almost 1,000 species of snakes in our forest, and we also have over 500 bird species in our Kakamega forest. And that is why we are very proud that we depend on rain-fed agriculture. And here in Kakamega, rain is actually attributed to our Kakamega forest. And so we support all the efforts and we invite our partners to also support our greening program of making sure that we conserve our Kakamega forest. With those many remarks, it's now my humble duty to invite CS ICT Daktari Margaret Nyambura to make a few remarks and then later invite our chief guest, the Honorable Musalia Mudavadi. Makofi kwa waziri, karibu sana.
Our chief guest, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, His Excellency Honorable Dr. Musalia Mudavadi, the Governor of the County of Kakamega, His Excellency Fernandez Baraza, the Deputy Governor, Principal Secretary, ICT and Digital Economy, Engineer John Tanui, Principal Secretary, Broadcasting and Telecommunication, Professor Edward Kisianga, Principal Secretary, TVET, Deputy CEO and Managing Director, Huawei, and also Deputy, that is Mr. Samuel Cheng, and Deputy CEO, Director of Public Affairs in Huawei in Kenya, Mr. Stephen Sang, the Principal of Kakamega County Polytechnic, Madam Caroline Kamete, distinguished guests, members of the administration led by the Regional Commissioner, the government officers, and our students. Good afternoon. It's a real honor to be here, Your Excellency. Let me begin by expressing my gratitude to each and every individual and group presented here in today's meeting. I deeply appreciate the time, resources, and effort you have invested to be here. Karibuni sana. We have seen a lot that has been done here, and really glad to see a lady reading. I was telling my colleagues, everywhere where there is a lady, you'll see this kind of progress, and would want to encourage more women to be in that positions, Your Excellency. It is an honor to lead the digital superhighway agenda for our country. This is a transformative initiative aimed at connecting Kenyan to the opportunities of the digital economy. Among its key components, the digital hub stands out as a cornerstone of this vision. These hubs empower our youth by providing access to the internet and other online services that we are rolling out. We already heard what our young people had to say. They are already making dollars, and I think that is a vision we had from the word go. It is our duty as leaders to ensure we double these dollars. It should not be $100 next year. We should be talking about thousands and thousands of dollars that is coming to our communities. As we work to lower the cost of devices, these digital hubs remain our most effective tool for reaching all Kenyans. They provide access to essential services, devices equip individuals with valuable digital skills, and offer high-speed internet, ensuring that no one is left behind on our journey toward a digitally empowered society. Excellency, distinguished guests, I see immense potential to the digital hubs as centers of innovation and inclusion. My vision for these hubs goes beyond providing computers. I envision a diverse range of equipment, including tools for creative economy, such as podcasting and videography, to gear enabling our youth to produce and monetize audio and video content. Again, we are saying we want to create jobs. We want to create jobs of high level, digified jobs that our young people can do in this digital space. Additionally, I see these hubs as centers of accessibility equipped with assistive technology devices to ensure that people enabled differently can seamlessly access the internet and participate fully in the digital economy. These advancements will empower all Kenyans to leverage digital technologies for creativity, productivity, and inclusion. Distinguished guests, Your Excellency, when it comes to the services that can be accessed online, the most crucial ones are those that allow our youth to earn an income. The internet offers opportunities to enhance existing livelihoods, such as marketing and selling products or services online through social media, websites, or e-commerce platforms. It also opens doors to online job opportunities, allowing us to tap into national, regional, and international markets to make money from our skills. Notably, the benefits of the internet extend beyond just earning money. Being here at Technical and Vocational Education and Training Center underscores the transformative potential of the internet in enhancing skills, whether through online classes or connecting with mentors. The internet also provides access to critical services such as health, agriculture information, which can significantly improve livelihoods and lives of our people. Excellency, as more Kenyans gain access to these services, it creates opportunities for our developers to innovate, market, and sell digital solutions. This virtuous circle will drive the growth of our digital economy, ensuring that every Kenyan has a stake in its success. In line with this vision, a team from Strathmore University, and you had this before, in collaboration with Communication Authority, conducted an evaluation of the digital hub in Kakamega, which has been operational for the past year. Their baseline assessment conducted before the hub was established has been compared with the current impact, revealing significant positive outcomes. Notably, the digital hub has brought clear educational benefits, including increased enrollment as the TVET institution has become more attractive to youth. The addition of smart screens, computers, and online content has enhanced the quality and variety of courses offered. Furthermore, both institutions here and in Shianda, where we will also launch a hub this afternoon, report remarkable growth in ICT access. Before the hubs established, only 20% of learners had access to ICT. This number has now risen to 80%, enabling the implementation of compulsory ICT learning as a common course for all students. This progress confirms yet the gain of digital infrastructure has the power to improve the quality of and access to education for our youth. We noted earlier that 70% of the youth in Kakamega, or 70% of the population in Kakamega are youth beyond the age of 35. And these are the people we must support to ensure that they are getting into the digital space to create jobs, to create content, to ensure that they are progressing their livelihoods. The trainers and leaders in the TVET institutions have become more efficient, delivering high-quality services to students. Now courses have been introduced, such as an ICT training program, which has seen 20 teens mothers enrolled. These are testament of the gains that can be made when access to learning opportunities meet sacrifice and determination. And probably before I continue, should we be having teen mothers? No, we shouldn't. We must encourage our young girls, we must support them, and ensure that they are completing schools. And to do this, we have to reevaluate our households. How are we bringing up these young people? Because nationally, the gender-based violence is very high at the national level. We also have it very high in Kakamega County, as we were briefed early this morning. And the question is, what are we doing as parents? Are we playing our role to ensure that our young girls are completing schools? Are we using this digital superhighway in the right way to ensure that we are bringing cohesion at the household level? Because we are saying we are as good as we keep our household being. And that's why we must use this digital superhighway. As a government, we are committed to connect up to the village, to ensure that you have access to internet that is affordable at the household level, to ensure that we have digital services
that the government offers wherever you go to a digital hub, whether it is in your house, in your school, in your local hospital, in your local chief's camp. We'd want you to have connectivity there and be able to access this document. And that's why we must be sure that we are using this for socio-economic development. Let's look at the digital superhighway as the transport system, the road system. That superhighway, we don't just go there to roam around, to waiting for anything to do. We use it when we are moving from point A to point B. And that's how we must make the digital superhighway. It is a superhighway to help you get your e-skills, do your telemedicine, do your e-commerce, get your kids to learn, exchange culture, because again, we must do that. We must ensure that our young people, they are learning from each other. We are learning from people from here, from Kikuyu, from Nakuru, from Isiolo. We must exchange culture. We must really go back to where we came from. The role of our grandparents, again, let us not forget that. With this gender-based violence, with these teen pregnancies, what role can our grandparents, our parents play to help us bring us our young kids? We realize that once you get to the digital space, you get lost, and you are as good as you are knowledgeable, as you are able to navigate through that. And that's why, again, we are talking as a government, we have to start digital household hygiene, cyber hygiene at the household level. That again, we are not letting our children to navigate through these technologies on their own. The same way we don't leave our kids in the middle of Nairobi and assume they'll get home. It's the same thing. You don't give your kids a digital device and assume they'll navigate and know what content to read, and finally in the evening you assume all is well. We must be vigilant to ensure that we protect our future generation. To continue, the community has benefited with many individuals using the computers and internet to apply for jobs. I think that is evidence. We have free Wi-Fi that covers the entire complex, has been transformative, with community members using their own devices for e-commerce and government services, among others. In fact, the availability of free Wi-Fi has directly driven an increase in smartphone ownership, as locals are now willing to invest in smartphones knowing that they can access free internet. And again, it's about disposable income. Nobody should be using more than 10% of their disposable income to access digital services, because it needs to be a public good. It needs to be a basic right, so that you have to access your government services at an affordable rate. Finally, I wish to remind you of the African saying, which says, if you wish to go fast, go alone, but if you wish to go far, go together. I wish to thank all the partners who have worked with us towards the realization of these hubs, and thanks, Engineer, you have already done that for us, but I just want to say I thank Huawei for their support in providing the smart screens and devices that have been used extensively for teaching, connecting the institutions to the government fiber network, offering wide Wi-Fi coverage across the campus, and providing advanced training for the trainers so that they can pass their skills on to students. I extend my gratitude to the Strathmore University for partnering with the government by supporting with the research towards achieving the digital superhighway agenda. And I want to challenge research institutions, let's look at lived experiences. We are connecting these people, but we do want to hear from them. What are they gaining from this connectivity? I think that is very key for us, so that we can continue improving and providing what is needed. And also guide our young people to contextualize solutions, to contextualize use of these digital services, to come up with solutions that we can use both at the national level and at the global level. We are talking of creating jobs, and these are the used to create jobs, to ensure in your bedroom in Kakamega, you can come up with a solution that can in China, across the globe. I think that's the thinking we'd want to give our children as we move forward. Together, let us continue on the journey for the digital transformation. And with those few remarks, distinguished guests, Your Excellency, I request all of us to be upstanding as I invite the Prime Cabinet Secretary, His Excellency Honorable Dr. Musalia Mudavadi, to address us. Asanteni sana.
Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you, Madam Waziri. Your Excellency Fernandez Baraza, Governor of Kakamega County, and your entire team, Madam Margaret Nyambura Ndungu, Cabinet Secretary for Information, Communication and the Digital Economy, PSS, John Tanui, Professor Kisengani, and Madam Inyangala, members of the County Assembly present here, led by the Majority Leader and the entire team, the Deputy Governor, Crocodile. The Principal of the College, Caroline Hamete, our partners, including Steve Zhang from Huawei, stakeholders, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Amjambo, muko salama, asante sana. I am delighted to join you here today for the launch of an Information and Communication Technologies Digital Hub and Conference at Kakamega National Polytechnic. The development of high-end Jitume ICT digital hubs is a groundbreaking initiative being implemented by Konza Technopolis Development Authority under the Ministry of Information, Communication and Digital Economy in all technical. It is anchored on the bottom-up economic transformation of the digital highway and creative economy that seeks to establish 1,000 that the government has laid across the vital entry point to the emerging digital economy that is transforming the lives of citizens throughout the country. The digital hub model ensures that everyone within the coverage area, including students, researchers, and small business operators, have access to the Wi-Fi that it provides. In addition to the fiber internet itself, having Wi-Fi coverage across the entire hub ensures anyone can bring their device to get connected. Enables our youth to acquire digital skills and connect to global online learning and e-commerce resources. Access to reliable power either from the national grid or solar systems is critical to maximize the impact of these hubs on the local communities. The government has practically demonstrated that leveraging digital technologies enhances efficiency and stimulates opportunities for socio-economic transformation. Just a week ago, His Excellency President William Ruto led the nation in celebrating the first anniversary of the e-Citizen Directorate and the remarkable progress we have made in making government services accessible online to all citizens, no matter where they are across the country. We have made incredible progress that has positioned Kenya as a world leader in this field. From a mere 354 services, the government has onboarded over 22,000 services on the e-Citizen platform. This represents 85% of all the services identified for onboarding. Furthermore, the President's directive to collapse 1,130 pay bills into a single pay bill, the 22222, for all payments for government services has significantly changes in government revenue. The turnaround is amazing. Now the government collects billions of shillings more every month And you can imagine the cry of the cartels who used to siphon this money from the system. We are also proud of the impact of the Electronic Travel Authorization, ETA, launched in January 2024, which has increased or led to the increase of number of tourists visiting Kenya by over 20%. Another major achievement is the growth of the Hustler Fund, which has enabled over 21 million Kenyans to have easy and affordable access to finance from their phones or laptops. Besides accessing credit, the online portal enables entrepreneurs to access e-learning resources on how to set up a business and grow their businesses. The Open University of Kenya, which was launched just 15 months ago, has already enrolled students from across 18 counties. It is broadening its academic offering by introducing over 20 new programs at bachelor's, master's, and doctorate levels. These examples demonstrate how the government is leveraging the transformative power of technology to improve the livelihoods of the people. This is the opportunity we are bringing here for the students and the people of Kakamega. You can use the digital hub to work online for companies here in Kenya or overseas. You can promote your goods and services online or create music and films that you can share online and make a decent living. The world of opportunities is right here on your phone, laptop, or whichever other device you are using. We have partners here who will guide you on how to record podcasts, music, and films. Others will help you navigate through the global job market, access to healthcare information, and entrepreneurship innovation and support services. Let me reaffirm the government's commitment to integrating technology in our entire education system, right from primary schools to high schools, TVETs, and universities. Through funding from the Universal Service Fund and the World Bank, our commitment is to scale up e-learning resources to all schools. To assure you that this is not just a promise, I am announcing that today, and I'm very happy, that 3 schools in Vihiga County have also benefited by being connected to the internet and received smart screens for training their students in digital skills. We are preparing these students for the digital economy. I am also pleased to announce the connectivity of Malava and other hospitals in this region to the digital superhighway. This will enable the doctors and other medical staff to connect to their peers and share professional thoughts across the country and globally. Online healthcare services will reduce the cost and time our people spend seeking medical services in the urban centers away from their local areas. Ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude by appreciating the depth of collaboration in this initiative between stakeholders, including the ministry, Konza Technopolis, Kakamega National Polytechnic, the Parliament, the private sector, development partners, civil society, and indeed, the county government of Kakamega. This collaborative approach enhances our whole of government approach to service delivery. I wish you all a highly interactive and successful engagement during this forum. Your thoughts will contribute the power of digital technologies to transform the lives of our people. Kwa hivyo, wacha nimalize tu nikisema hii ni nafasi yenu, hii ni nafasi yetu. tujiandae, tutumie teknolojia ili tupanue biashara zetu na vile tunafanya mambo mengi katika taifa letu. Vile mlisikia wanenaji kwa ile panel, haswa Profesa Kisiangani akiongea, alisema kwamba yale ambayo yametuleta hapa ni yale tuliangazia wakati tulikuwa tunatembea tukiomba kura, yalikuwa kwa manifesto ya serikali ya Kenya Kwanza. Kwa hivyo juhudi letu ni kuhakikisha kwamba tunasonga mbele katika sehemu mbalimbali, na teknolojia inaweza kutusaidia sana. Nyinyi wenyewe mnajua mambo ya fertilizer distribution. Hata tukienda mbele tunapambana na Taifa Care, mambo ya afya, lakini hatimaye kile kitatuokoa ni kuhakikisha kwamba teknolojia imefikia kila mtu na tumejisajili. Ndio sasa tutaanza kupata huduma ambayo inatakikana kwa Wakenya wote bila ubaguzi. And I want to tell you, even as we go forward, we want to start even considering, and some work is on progress, so that even the recruitment, some entities have started, like KRA. If you want to be an intern, you can only do so by applying online. We want to move very progressively, such that even when it will come to recruiting people in the security sector, like the police and so forth, we will want the first applications to be online, so that we minimize ile contact ya binadamu kwa binadamu. Ile ya kusema unaleta watu 4,000 kwa kiwanja, wanakimbia, wanafurutana, wengine wanauza ng'ombe, wengine wanakata plot wanauza, hatimaye wanawachwa nje. Wakienda nyumbani roho imekwisha. Sisi tunataka tukienda mbele, tukitumia teknolojia, tujue kwamba kila detail iko online, alafu tutaanza kuwa na mambo ya kusonga mbele kwa njia inayofaa. Hata kwa police, niliposikia regional commissioner akizungumza, hatimaye sio tu mashule, zile 74,000 institutions ambazo zimezungumzwa na Wizara ya ICT kupitia kwa PS na CS, hata hapo tunataka tuweke police stations. Tunataka tukienda mbele tuwe na digital OB. Unajua digital OB hakuna nafasi ya mtu kusema atatoroka na page moja ama mbili. Na hatimaye tutaanza kuhakikisha kwamba efficiency inaingia kila pahali. Hata yale waziri amezungumzia, kwa mfano kuhusu gender based violence, na tukitoka hapa tunaenda kwa mambo ya gender based violence, lakini ni vizuri nizungumze kidogo nikiwa hapa. You know, one of the biggest problems also is intimidation and fear of reporting when there are cases of this nature. Lakini kwa teknolojia, kupitia kwa njia ya teknolojia, we can develop a very strong coalition where through the privacy of a place, issues around gender-based violence can be brought to the attention of the authorities, so that proper action can be taken against these fellows ambao wanasumbua jamii kila pahali. Kwa hivyo tuko na nafasi kubwa, lakini hatimaye the biggest thing is to be able to grow our economy using technology. It is so important. Ni jambo la muhimu sana. Na mimi nataka tu niwasihi vijana wetu, shule zetu, let us invest in this technology platforms we are being offered. Both financially, but also let's use our own resources, our own commitment. We invest in technology. It's going to be make a very big difference for us. Sitaki kusema mengi because I think all has been said. So it is now my pleasure and honor to declare the Kakamega National Polytechnic Digital Hub Conference officially open.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
God bless all Kenyans and our beloved nation. And I want to continue appreciating the role of the county government, APA, Kakamega, and others. Baraza Mushikilie. It's so important that devolution is consolidated, it becomes stronger, it becomes more efficient, because where devolution has been applied positively, there's a very significant difference in the lives of people. And we look forward to Kakamega being the trailblazer in this region when it comes to focusing on devolution. And you have the leadership that can do that. Tunawatakia heri kabisa ili haya mambo yawe vizuri. Yale mengine ya kisiasa ametaja kweli, na ni kweli. Sasa hata wewe hapa, ikiwa baba wanasikizana na President Ruto, na mimi pia nimepewa assignment ya kukimbia kwa kimataifa ili tusaidie baba naye akuwe mkubwa wa AU. Wewe ni nani hapa unazidi kutukoroga? Mambo yamebadilika. Mambo yamebadilika. There's a broad-based government. Tunataka tuhusishe kila mtu. Sasa tushikane, tufanye kazi pamoja, tuende mbele. It is so important tusipoteze wakati. By the way, 2 years have gone. Miaka miwili zimeenda. Kwa hivyo kama wewe una lengo la kurudi kwa cheo fulani, wacha kupiga domo. Wacha kupiga domo, kila pahali domo. Tekeleza, kwa sababu miaka miwili 2025 na 2026, that is where the difference will come in. That is where you're either going to shape the minds of your electorate, or you might as well start preparing early, uende nyumbani mapema. So we've got 2 years gone, we have 2 years to implement, so that at least you have something to tell the electorate when we get to that other stage in 2027. And I want to echo the point raised by the governor, that we need to complete the exercise of constituting the IEBC. And sometimes you can keep on blaming the government. Sometimes rightly so, but also sometimes wrongly so. Because after a process has been done, and then somebody goes to court, it's their right, yes. But the government, being a law-abiding government, it has to wait for the court process to be dispensed with. It has to wait. Sasa wale wanachelewesha ni wale wamekimbia kotini, ndio wa drag process ya kuhakikisha kwamba IEBC inakuwa constituted. Sasa hawa wanachelewesha watu wengi, na tukienda mbele, haya ndio maswali lazima tujiulize. If you keep going to court, is it because now you are pursuing a right, or is it a move you are making because you have an ulterior motive to make the government look awkward, to make the government look like it does not want to constitute the IEBC. So the way things are, it seems now we have reached a stage where people want to bring in an ulterior motive so that you delay a process and you make the government look bad. But what we want is to have institutions that are working, we have free and fair elections, and we move forward. But today, let us embrace technology. Let us embrace technology. Na watu wa Western hapa, mashamba hamuna bwana, ama mnayo? Ama mnayo? This is a very, your average, I don't know what is the density in Kakamega per square kilometer, what, 1 to 700? Or something like that. So your density is very high. And the issue of the traditional economic parameters of land and so forth are becoming very constrained. So we must look elsewhere. And the only viable and immediate opportunity is to go for technology. Let us embrace it and change our fortunes na tuweke hiyo pesa mfukoni na watu waende mbele. Asanteni sana. I wish you a Merry Christmas and also a peaceful one so that we can cross the year and start as a refreshed people. Asanteni sana.
Your Excellency, thank you very much. We request you remain on stage for one photo session with His Excellency the Governor, the CS for ICT, Dr. Margaret Ndungu, the Huawei MD and Deputy CEO, and the Inua Africa CEO. Thank you. As we do the photo, we'll request that once the photo is done, we all remain seated as the chief guest moves out, and then we'll request the students to remain for about 30 minutes for another one presentation before we invite you for lunch. The rest of the leadership, we invite you for lunch at the Kakamega Golf Hotel. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's all remain seated as we allow our chief guest to leave. Let's all remain seated as we allow our chief guest to leave. The leadership, you are invited for lunch at Kakamega Golf Hotel. The students kindly remain for one more presentation before we invite you for lunch at the same venue. Thank you. we request Konza and Inua AI to beam the presentation so that we save on time.
给那个 CS 的过来。
So tunaenda peleka karibu huku, tupande mti ni huku, karibu miti zinapandwa huku. Cabinet secretary atapanda mti, alafu the three principal secretaries watapanda. Tusaidie the three principal secretaries, zao ndio hizo huko. Tusaidie lugha ya nani? Tusaidie yeye. Makofi. Ndio. That's okay, you can finish, you can water. Water, please. And the principal secretaries, please, you can also be assisted to plan quickly. Our three principal secretaries wapande mili zao. Oh, there are two. Then let our deputy governor now apande mti. Waweke maji. Makofi kwake. Asante. Let's go to the next time.
Oh, getting a little
Come.
Wewe profesa wetu Kisiani. Sawa, peana maji kwanza. Alafu tusaidie deputy governor wetu. Our Excellency Deputy Governor. Tusaidie kupanda mti. Hii ndio Bishop Tree na deputy ni mtoto wa pastor.
maji ya kumwagia. Hii inakuwa tu symbolic.
So ningependa principal wa hii County Polytechnic aongoze wageni wetu tuende kwa hall room assign visitors book. Karibu. Tafadhali hapa. We are using this space here. Tunapita hapa. Asante. Cabinet Secretary wetu kumbe anajua kukatika vile.
Ngoja. So someone has to share on the call again. They're doing the sharing first.
So we want to connect you
to back home again. Bring back the Bowser. Where's the Bowser gone?
No, she's not there.
Now we kindly request that now we have demonstrations of the students. Ningeomba room sio tafadhali tupeane space. So please let us have the people secretary.
Good afternoon once again. Welcome to our ICT Hub. Our trainees are here. You can see they are seated. They are
Prime Cabinet Secretary, all protocol observed. Good afternoon. My name is Evans Akoko. I'm the technical person in charge of. We open this place every day and we receive trainees from different places around the community. We also train students of the institution here, and we take them through different ICT skills. We onboard them to different online work platforms. That way we are able to create employment in the online work industry. So I have some notable impacts that we've been able to achieve from this ICT hub. And one of them is called Sharon Nekesa. I'll give her. After which, we shall also invite another one called Silas Omulama, who will also tell us something before we proceed. So Sharon.
All protocols observed. Good afternoon. My name is Sharon Nekesa, a student in St. Paul's, Shianda County Polytechnic, pursuing certificate in ICT. I am one of the beneficiaries of Digital Hubs under Jitume program. I use a platform known as TimeBucks, where I was able to earn at least $20. And in TimeBucks, we have some different tasks to do. Like you can just watch a video and you can earn some money. You can play games, you can do some push clicks, you can do surveys, you can do some videos. Just watching a video for like 2 to 3 minutes, then you get paid. So far so good. I've been able to earn $20, of which my account reflects I've earned $17 so far that I've received through M-Pesa via an app called AirTM. Yeah, I want to thank the government for bringing us materials that we can use, that at least as a comrade we can be able to earn a living and we can able to take care of our finances without our parents. As a girl, I can buy my own stuff, I can buy my clothes, I can buy personal items. Yes, I want to thank you all. Thank you so much. You are welcome.
So, all protocols observed, good afternoon. So, Silas Omlama, a student here pursuing a certificate in ICT. I'm one of beneficiaries of this program, that's ICT under the Jitume program. So when I start with education, what I have learned, this hub has facilitated me to learn some quite number of skills, that is data entry, computer programming, basically web development. So that is the skills I have gained through this Jitume program. But when it comes to earning, I am performing online work on platform that is TimeBucks, where I have performed several tasks and earned several dollars. My account reflects that is $14, which I received in my M-Pesa through PayPal account which I have. So I want to thank the government for the support they are showing to us as an institution and to the community in Shianda. We have more youths are benefiting from this hub, so we thank you very much. Thank you.
Now hand over to Madam to now lead us to the
camera, please msonge pale nyuma ya desk. Alafu hapa please we clear this screen for visible kabisa. So Madam Speaker. Yes, so Honorable Madam CS, we are once again here. Today has really marked a very important hub, and you've had the testimonies. And there are more to come, because this is just the launch, but we want to make sure that the youth that go through this training are able to get the jobs instantly. And you see they are able to earn a few dollars. When you come back here, they will be earning more than $1,000. Time to launch this digital hub. On account of 3, we celebrate this launch. So count with me. 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much, Madam Speaker.
Sasa tutoke nje. Asante, tuende tuongeleshe wananchi hapa nje kidogo, alafu Secretary, karibu.
Asante Deputy Governor Ayub Savila, my colleague PS Professor Kisiangani, County Commissioner, wanafunzi wa Shanda na wa principal na wananchi Kakamega National Polytechnic, Kakamega County Polytechnic, na tulilaunch digital app huko, na tumekuwa pia na town hall kuongea na opportunities yenye iko katika digital space. Tuko na nafasi za kazi katika digital space. Wakati rais alizunguka nchi nzima, miaka nyingi. Ya kwanza ni maneno ya agriculture, kuhakikisha tuko na chakula ya kutosha. Ya pili ni kukuza kampuni ndogo ndogo inaitwa MSMEs na cooperatives na ingine kwa teknolojia manufacturing katika nchi yetu. Kuna pia maneno ya healthcare, kuhakikisha tukue na teknolojia ya kuwezesha kila mtu aweze kuaccess maneno ya afya kwa urahisi, na tunawahimiza muweze kuregister ndio uweze kufaidika na hiyo. Na kwa program ya 5 ni ambayo imetuleta hapa, inaitwa Digital Superhighway and Creative Economy. Tunaendeleza connectivity ya digitali using fiber, kuhakikisha institutions zetu zote kuanzia za TVET kama hapa ya Shanda na zingine zote na ofisi zote za serikali karibu 74,000 of them tuweze kuconnect kwa fiber kama vile tumefanya hapa, na kuwezesha digital services iweze kutolewa. Pia tunafanya kazi na agencies wetu kama ICT Authority, Concert Technopolis, tuweze kutoa trainings kama yenye inaendelea hapa, ndio wanafunzi wetu, vijana wetu waweze kuwa na skills ya kufanya kazi katika digital space, ndio waweze kupata nafasi za kazi. Hizo ndo kazi tunafanya chini ya uongozi wa waziri wetu ambaye anatuongoza, Waziri Ndumu. So sitaki kusema zaidi ya hayo, lakini kuhakikishia nyinyi kazi ambayo serikali imeanza ya kubadilisha nchi yetu imeanza. Tumekuwa tukiongea kuhusu nchi kama East Asia, kama Malaysia, Singapore, Vietnam, Korea. Nchi yetu sasa imeanza hiyo safari. Mabadiliko kubwa inaanza kufanyika nchi yetu. Tunaanza pia ku manufacture ama ku produce smartphones Kenya. Tunaanza kuona waekazi investment ya Kenya kuweza kufungua nafasi za kazi katika. Introduce before Kisiangani speaks, tuko na colleagues kutoka ministry wetu. Kuna kampuni inaitwa ama agency inaitwa Concert Technopolis Development Authority, CEO wake ndio huyu, ambao pia wanahusika na maneno ya connectivity. Na pia tuko na, asante sana, tuko na private sector ambao wamekuja na sisi. Bila private sector hii kazi haitawezekana, fanya kazi kubwa. Nani wanajua kampuni inaitwa Huawei? Maona simu inaitwa Huawei. So hiyo kampuni wakubwa wao ambao wako Kenya wako hapa, kiongozwa na Mr. Chang huyu na Samuel na na Morin. Hawa wanatusaidia sana, na pia tuko na Kenyans wanalete kazi kutoka ng'ambo, wanatengeneza digital hubs kama hii yenye ni privately driven na inatoa nafasi za kazi tuko na ndugu yetu hapa amfuliwa. So hiyo ndio team tuko naye. Nitapea sasa nafasi my colleague Kisiangani, na pia niko na colleagues kutoka ministry, Mary Karema, Washington Ocheng na wengine wote tunao.
Sasa mimi ni mtoto wenu na ndio naona nachanganya kidogo hivi. Na nilitembea hapa nikitafuta kura za rais. Sisi tumekuja mfumo nguzo ya 5 ya mfumo wa Kenya Kwanza, kwamba tunataka kutumia dijitali kuboresha maisha ya watu wetu. Lakini kwa sababu ya muda na ndugu yangu ameweza kuangazia mambo hayo, nataka kuwapatia tu ujumbe unaohusu mambo mawili. Jambo la kwanza, sisi ni watu wa mkono wa rais. Hata hao vile unaona wafanyikazi wa sisi wote ni watu wa mkono wa nani? Wa rais. Sasa ukiona sisi umeona rais, sisi ndio tunaambia watu mambo ya rais. Na rais alitafuta kura hapa, aliwaambia mwaka wa 63 kwa miaka 60 mpaka kufikia 22. Mfumo wetu wa uchumi ilikuwa ni kwamba watu wachache wakipatiwa mali, hiyo mali itakuwa ikitiririka kwa watu wengi sana ambao wako chini ya hapa chini. Lakini tukaona nguzo ya chini hii inaendelea kufilisika kila mwaka. Sasa rais akasema Kenya itabadilika. Mlikuwa mkimsikia akisema hii Kenya itabadilika. Kubadilika ni kwamba hapa kuna vijana wengi, hata mkiangalia hawa ambao wako katika nyumba hii wakifanya kazi tena. Hao vijana wetu, sikiza, tutakubaliana. Hao vijana wetu ambao wako hapa, wengine wamekuwa hawana kazi na wamekosa kazi kwa sababu kwa mshahara wa chini sana. Sasa ukiona huyu anayesema ameanza kupata madola, tukimtoa kwa shamba ya miwa tukamleta hapa atatengeneza kazi kutoka hivi na asaidie wazazi. Sasa hapa tumekuwa Bungoma, tumekuwa Kwale tukiongea maneno hayo. Sasa kile ninawaita na wauliza ndugu zangu kwamba unge mkono mfumo huu na kuboresha maisha yetu. Usikubali maneno ya watu kuja kuambia kwamba hii mambo haifanyi kazi. Hii mambo sasa, hizi kompyuta ziko hapa. Wakati siasa itaanza ndio sisi tutarudi, mtatuona tukienda kufanya siasa. Lakini kwa sasa tuunge mkono serikali, tumunge mkono rais aweze kuendesha mfumo huu, na sisi watu wake wa kazi mtatuona sana tukitembea hapa tukaweza kuendeleza agenda ya rais. Asante sana na watakia Krismasi njema. Sasa kwa wakati huu nimeambiwa, najua nimepewa kazi nyingi sana kwa sababu ati mimi nakaa hapa. Sasa nimeambiwa kwamba niweze kumwalika ndugu yangu Ayubu Sabula. Ndugu yangu Ayubu Sabula ni mtu wa mkono pia kama mimi wa rais, ni rafiki ya rais. Sasa usikiza maneno yake kabisa. Mnasikia? Sikiza maneno yake kabisa.
Asante PS waziri na PS wawili wenye wako hapa, mwana engineer Awei na partners wale, the donors na wananchi wa hapa. Bwana asifiwe nyote. Mimi naitwa nani? Ayubu Sabula, ngati ya mtoto wa pastor. Na nimebatizwa River Jordan penye Yesu Kristo alibatizwa. Mimi nimetumwa hapa na Mheshimiwa Gavana ili nilete hawa wageni hapa kwa kazi ya maendeleo. Tumeweka mradi kama huu, wametuletea Kakamega kwa technical ya Ministry ya Health. Ndio kwa sababu mimi niko hapa. Na kabla sijanena lolote, niwajulishe wafanyikazi wa serikali ya county wenye wako hapa, mbebe kuanzia chief officers mpaka ward administrators na village admins wote mko. Nitapatia nafasi area MCA, na nikuvunja protocol, lakini kwa sababu najua ni siasa pia, area MCA naye ajulishe MCA wenye wako hapa, na sijui kama kamati ya ICT iko, committee ya ICT, alafu apatie dakika moja ICT chair anene moja, alafu mimi nimalizie nikaribishe waziri ili tumrelease arudi Nairobi. MCA.
Mrejelezi ya kwanza. Unasikia? Hii mradi Kakamega County ni kubwa sana. Hii mradi governor aliniuliza na wenzangu tukasema wale. Kwa ndio vile. Ndio mrejelezi hapo kwa mfano kutotonga ni sababu ndio kuna shofara. Kwa hivyo ndio wafumilifu kabisa. Mimi napiga asante sana kwa serikali ya Mheshimiwa Ruto kwa hii msaada ile ametupea na donors wale wametusaidia hii. Sina maneno mengi. Watu wa shahada mfurahie watoto. Kadani wakofu na luitaza ni wakoje sana. Mheshimiwa Alunya, Malai Songo, Wera Nifse, Mulende Mwami Timo, Bishara Lubino, Zorera chairman wa ICT Kakamega County. Yale mama uno MCA kule na yemu county Kakamega uko nanga nende NGOs wa wala fonero msaada kwa miasi kulende Yesu atakoreni chaps sawa sawa chao.
Asante Madam CS, Deputy Governor na all protocol observed. Mimi ndio chairman wa kamati ya ICT katika kaunti ya Kakamega. Kwa majina naitwa Obwaka, mjukuu wa Sila Manyanya. Mimi leo nimefurahi hapa kusema kwamba tumekaribisha huu mradi. Sisi kama kamati tukiwa na members wangu kama Victoria Zina ambaye amekuwa kwa hizi mipango za kuhakikisha hii ghafla iko sawa, tutahakikisha kwamba county polytechnics zinaendelea kupata capitation on time ili ziweze ku maintain these hubs with the support of our partners. Pia kama kamati tuko tayari kupitisha miswada na sheria ambazo zitafanya digital economy iendelee sawa sawa in line with the Kenya Kwanza manifesto ya William Samoei Ruto. Pia sisi kama watu wa mkono wa governor tunaunga mkono maneno ya kutengeneza pesa kupitia kwa mitandao. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki.
Asante sana. Wangapi wamereceive mradi na roho safi nione? Si kazi kwa vijana kuliko ile ya kwenda kumangamanga kwa soko huko ukiibia wa mama kidogo. Sasa hapa mnakuja mnatafuta dola hapo. Na mimi nataka kushukuru waziri na rais wetu Mheshimiwa William Ruto na naibu yake Kindiki kwa hii kaunti ya Kakamega wametupatia miradi kama hizi 8. Na mimi nimeomba tukiwa na gavana kule Kakamega na wamekubali kupitia kwa waziri na PS wake wa ICT watatuletea kwa kila ward mradi kama huu hapa Kakamega. Sipigie waziri makofi. Si nyinyi mlipiga kura mkitaka maendeleo. Na maendeleo yanatoka upinzani ametoka kwa serikali. Na hata ukienda kanisa, niambie kanisa gani umesikia wakiombea upinzani? Hadi tuanze kuombea, tufunge macho tuombee upinzani. Ushasikia? Si wao wanasema tuombee serikali. Na tukienda uchaguzi tunaenda kutafuta nini? Kutafuta serikali ama kwenda upinzani? Serikali. Tulikuwa na Mheshimiwa Kindiki jana, Deputy President alikuwa ametumwa na rais kule na Baholo. Na akasema hakuna haja ya kuwafanyia wamama harambee hapa. Rais William Ruto alinunulia wamama basi ya milioni 13 kule na Baholo. Hiyo ndio maendeleo tunataka. Na akasema ile barabara ya kutoka Shianda iende, hii barabara kutoka Shianda mpaka iende na Baholo ikuzane na ile ya kutoka Lurambi kwenda mpaka Musikoma itamalizika kwa sababu pesa imewekwa kwa budget. Hiyo ndio vitu nataka tufuatilie na serikali. Na hapo tutaambia Ruto tik. Si akiweka ile lami sisi tuko sawa sawa. Lakini upinzani kwani Kalonzo Musyoka atakuletea lami hapa? Wewe kazi yako tu ni kuota Kalonzo Musyoka. Kalonzo atakuletea lami hapa. Hakuna kitu atafanya. Kama hakufanya akiwa vice president anakuja kufanya. Ndio mimi nimesupport Mheshimiwa Kindiki jana amesema wale wamepeleka kesi kotini ya kusimamisha IEBC ni timu ya kina Kalonzo Musyoka kwa sababu ni vyama ndogo ndogo, Wiper sijui nini, hiyo vyama bure bure hiyo ndogo ndogo, lakini vyama kubwa kubwa haijapeleka kesi kotini. So Kalonzo, wewe ndio mtu wa kwanza utoe kesi kotini. Mheshimiwa Ruto atengeneze IEBC to prepare for the next election. Na sisi hapa wajumbe wetu tukiongozwa na Mheshimiwa Governor Fernandes Baraza tumeketi last week Nairobi na Mheshimiwa William Ruto, tumepangilia maendeleo ya Kakamega County. Mimi sikuli opposition. Na hata mkitoka hapa sitawapatia kitu. Sisi tufanye kazi na serikali. Wangapi wako tayari kufanya kazi na serikali? Basi hiyo ndio nataka. Nachukua nafasi hii sasa kumkaribisha waziri wetu wa ICT. Tunaona ni mrembo? Tunaona ni mrembo? Lakini vijana hapa nyinyi muoa watu wengine. Huyu ni bibi wenyewe. Waachane naye. So waziri karibu.
Asante Governor. Ndugu na dada zangu wa kutoka Shianda, Murembe. Ni furaha kwangu kuwa hapa, and I want us to thank and meet the Deputy Governor, my PSS, watu wenye wanafanya kazi ya serikali, the administration. Tunashukuru kabisa kwa kutukaribisha hapa na kuona kazi yenye inaendelea hapa. Ukiangalia hii digital hub iko na promise ya watoto wetu, and I'm even glad kuona tuko na watoto pale ndio waanze kuona hii mambo ya teknolojia. Nafurahi pia kuona wamama wako na furaha kabisa wakiona venye watoto wao wataanza kufanya kazi kutoka kwa hii digital hub. Langu ni kuwauliza tushughulike kabisa tupate hizi kazi za digital space. Na tukipata hizi kazi kama serikali kuu, tutaungana mkono na the county government to ensure that we are getting quality work ya watoto wetu, to ensure that we are coming up with the right policies ndio watoto wetu pia waweze kunegotiate, tuwapatie kazi nzuri yenye inaweza kulipa madeni zao ama matumizi yao. Ningetaka kuwauliza pia to support watoto walimu kwa shule, kwa kuwa venye tuna connect kila village, kila nyumba, kila mtu atakuwa na internet. Swali kubwa ni tutafanya nini na hii internet? Tuko na hapa watu wataweza kuja wanasoma na wanaangalia how to improve on their livelihood, social economic development. Kwa kuwa hii mambo ya internet, it can be two ways. Utaweza itumia ukute umeharibu nyumba yako kabisa because hauna wakati wa nyumba, kila wakati uko na your digital device. Watoto hawaongeleshi pia wao wako na digital device, si internet iko ya bure. So lazima tuwe very careful that to balance. Tukuwe na hii digital technology lakini it's for your social economic development. Kama haikupatii pesa then fikiria tena. Isikuwe ni yako ya kuwa uko kwa digital superhighway unaangalia tu nani amepita. Mwingine amepita na contract yake ya kufanya e-commerce. Mwingine amepita ana monetize account yake. Mwingine anapita anafanya e-learning. Wewe jiulize una benefit kiaje kutoka kwa hii digital space, because it can be a source of spending. Utaweza tukia you are spending 80% of your income kwa hii mambo ya internet, na ukienda nyumbani kuna chakula kweli ushatumia pesa zako zote. Nini itazuia gender based violence ikuwa that is the kind of scenario we are creating? So we have to be very careful that we ensure that we are embracing digital technology in a balanced way. Let it be your source of income. Let us talk between us and among us to ensure that kuna maneno nyingi hii dunia unakuta uko na stress kiasi. You can use the digital space kuongea na mwenzako, yeah, to express yourself. Positive vibes, yeah. Let's focus on positive vibes, because again we know digital technology. Ukiandika tu ka message haiendi tu hapa Shianda, inaenda mpaka Japan, inaenda mpaka America. So what is this you want to communicate? Let us be positive. Let us ensure we are using these technologies for our development. Na waomba watoto wetu tuwashughulikie vilivyo. To ensure that with this one tuanze kuwa na classes za coding. Ndio hawa watoto wetu wasikae tu wana watch cartoon, wana watch zenye zimetengenezwa na wengine, mbona wasitengeneze yao? Na sisi ndio tutaweza wasaidia at this young age tuanze mambo ya coding, and we'll be collaborating with county governments, with the Ministry of Education to ensure that is what we are doing. Because if you don't do that, think about 20 years to come. Hawa watu wote wako exposed kwa internet at the age of 5. What would they be doing if they were not introduced to use it in a creative way? To to use it to build, to create solutions, not for ourselves, but for the global world. Tunasema 70% ya watoto wetu, ya the Kenyan population is around 70%. 70% are below the age of 35. Can you imagine how many of those are kids? We have to create jobs for them. Na hiyo job is digital job. Sio kazi ati ya boda boda. While I have a lot of respect for that, lakini tumia boda boda kwenda kufanya kazi ya digital job. Let us use our mental ability, because we are talented as a country. We can be able to export digital jobs, and that is our focus as a government. We'll work with the county government, we'll work with every part of the country to ensure that we are moving together, ensuring that our young people, our women, gender-based violence, we have to stop it. We have to ensure that if you have to sort out an issue, where would you want to go physical? Where would you want to hit a fellow human being just because we are not agreeing on something? There are so many ways of resolving our conflicts, and let us ensure that is what we are doing. We have very good elderly people who can give us wise wisdom. Let us not forget them. They have a role to play in our lives. Even as we are embracing these digital technologies, let us ensure we are all going together. Cyber hygiene is very critical. What our children are watching, what are we watching in this digital space? We have to be very balanced. We have to move forward together and ensure that we are developing the country. Sisi tuko tayari kufanya kazi na nyinyi. Nimefurahi kuona hizi hubs mbili. We will start ensuring every month we have a web on a Zoom call to ensure that after this 2 months down the line, hatutaki kusikia ati haitumiki tena, ama about 6 months after we have connected as many as possible across the country. We want to ensure we are talking with people from all the counties, 47 counties. Then we go to constituency. Can you imagine if we come up with that network where we are exchanging knowledge, where we are ensuring that people in Mombasa, young people, when you're wanafanya kazi, what they can sell in Kisumu, they can do it without the metro people. That is how we want to enable our young people, to ensure that everybody is well catered for. Kazi sio kwa watu wengine. Everybody should be able to create a job. They should be able to ensure that our enabling environment is supporting all of us. And as a national government, we are focused to do that. We want to work with your leadership, with yourself, to ensure that is the direction we are taking. Asanteni sana, and I look forward to interacting more na nyinyi wote. Asante.
Nyinyi mtulie mnigoje, nipeleke waziri kwa gari kwanza. Ndio hivyo. Asanteni sana.
Turudi kule nyuma sasa, mahali ambapo tulikuwa kule kwa uwanja. Tafadhali kila mmoja atoke hapa, turudi kule kwa uwanja sasa, nyuma ya hii gari ya mawasiliano. Tumsubiri naibu gavana.
Vamos a